Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Thursday, April 3rd. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today is Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about our progressive faith community and how you can be a part of it no matter where you live in the world. Watch our streaming programs, ask for prayer, make donations, follow us on social media. We'd love to have you as part of our community regardless of your location. And if you live in South Florida, be sure to check out the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts, offering entertainment for the LGBTQ+ community to benefit the LGBTQ+ community. Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no streaming TV show like this in the entire world. In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots Magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight, with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We will produce the 25th anniversary of Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th, Pride Fat Diversity Pride in August, and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February. We are part of the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. If you enjoy the Queer God Squad, please share this or other episodes with your friends, family, and social media communities.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Why are 24 countries gayer, that is, happier than the United States? The United States has dropped to its lowest ever ranking on the World Happiness Report at 25th, down a spot from last year on the list's 24th spot. The 2025 report was published by the Wellbeing Research Centre at the University of Oxford in partnership with Analytics Gallup and the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Rankings are determined from the answers people give when asked to rate their own lives. According to the Associated Press, the highest ranking the United States has ever reached was in 2012 when it peaked at 11th place. Meanwhile, for the 8th year in a row, Finland was named the happiest country in the world. It was followed by Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and the Netherlands to round out the top 5. Costa Rica and Mexico also notably entered the top 10 for the first time in the report's history, ranking at 6th and 10th place respectively. While Scandinavia continually tops the list, and Central American countries are making noticeable improvements, the United States lags behind 24 other nations on the happiness scale. Why do we think that might be the cause? And what can those of us who want things to improve to make our lives better and happier in the United States? Well, I know that the knee-jerk reaction is to blame social media for all of our ills, but I think it goes well beyond that. I think it goes to the point where we have to stop believing everything and anything that we see, think, hear, and believe. And also, how about if we follow that dictate that so many people claim that they believe in from that book that they all claim to read but then don't follow? Love your neighbor as yourself. If you love your neighbor as yourself, that means that you're not going to hate your trans neighbor. That means you're not going to hate your queer neighbor. You're not going to hate someone who looks or sounds different from you. And on that point, I always remember that when people complain about folks with accents, that means that they speak a second language. How many of you speak more than one language? So there's always that thought. And it's the politics. Somehow or another, our politics now, to me, dictate everything that we do. It clouds our minds in ways that I never expected. We have people who vote against their self-interest. I will never understand that. We in the United States, we are the only quote-unquote first world nation where healthcare is not something that's guaranteed. We have got to begin to emulate our European neighbors, especially our Scandinavian neighbors, because apparently they're doing something pretty right.
Yeah. People say that money won't make you happy. And that's not exactly true. Because you can't be happy if you can't afford a place to live. If you're worried about your kids, being out in the wellness, you can't be happy if you're hungry. You can't be happy if you have a treatable disease but can't get the treatment. Sociologists actually say that money does make you happy up to a certain number, and that number is about $100K. Once you have $100,000 coming in, of course you don't save all that, but if you can depend on $100,000, then almost every need you can think of will be met. Because a job that pays $100,000 is probably also going to have health insurance, maybe some sort of pension. At least it pays well enough that your Social Security will be pretty decent, assuming it'll still be there. We now have an administration that wants it maybe not to be there, I don't know. Or for it to be completely privatized, which means it would just go up and down with the markets like everything else. So it wouldn't be Social Security, it would be social gamble. But if you have, basically, if your needs are met, then you can be happy. Then money doesn't make you happy if you have enough money to have all your needs met. So yes, if you have $100,000, $300,000 isn't going to make you any happier than $100,000. But $100,000 will make you happier than $15,000 because you can't live on $15,000. So there's that. So these countries are all countries that guarantee a certain standard of living.
Yes.
They guarantee a pension for every pensioner, and pensioners get to retire earlier. Some as early as 60, certainly 62 or 65. They're not always trying to bump it up to 67 or 70 or 71. The pension can begin earlier, and everyone's guaranteed. The minimum wages are actually livable wages. Fast food workers can make a living in a lot of these countries. Education is free or affordable, or free if you have the academic chops for it. A few years ago, of course, it might probably be more now, but less than a decade ago, we met a woman in Iceland who was talking about, how she had gotten her master's degree, and how from soup to nuts, from day one till they handed her sheepskin, her graduate school cost $4,000.
Wow.
She got a master's degree for $4,000, not $4,000 a semester. And certainly not $8,000 a semester, but $4,000 for the program. Well, yeah, who's not happy if you can get a $4,000 master's degree? You know what I mean? So yeah, when you're guaranteed food, you're guaranteed a living wage, you're guaranteed a pension, you're guaranteed medicine, you're guaranteed affordable education. Well, of course, these are happy places.
Hello.
because their needs are met, and so now, but they have to pay taxes. Okay. I'd rather pay taxes than an exorbitant emergency room bill. I would rather pay taxes than have to eat cat food in my old age. I'd rather, so yeah, they pay taxes and they get what they pay for. And no one is left out. So that's why, and why are we not as happy? Because we say to our people, good luck, work it out. And what little we are trying to do for you, we're going to threaten to take away every day. So even if you have it now, you can't go to bed at night secure that it's going to be there tomorrow. Well, of course, that's a miserable situation. And so where you see people where Medicare is available, medical care is available, and you can grow old with dignity, and you can go to school affordably, and minimum wage is a living wage. Those are things that contribute to happiness and well-being. And so if we want to be happier, we've got to start electing people who give a shit about us.
Yep. In the European countries, I know that all of you know, vacation. Work is not the be-all and the end-all. You actually get to step away from your job. You get to take time, be with your family, look at what's really important in your life. And you know that when you're ready to come back to your job after X amount of time, it will still be there, and you get to take a vacation again. You get to breathe. Work is not the be-all and the end-all. I think one other thing that also makes people very, very happy, and Reverend Kevin, you touched on this a bit, is helping others. Really, it is. It's a stepping point to really appreciating what you have and filling in the gaps when people don't have it. I think that's the call for a lot of us, is to help others. Really stepping up and seeing what's missing really can kind of make you happy. It gives you a different direction, I guess, in your life is maybe what I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think our national light is very dim at this moment.
Yeah.
When you connect it with happiness. And I'm almost in that, I think it's Tinkerbell moment in Peter Pan. and we just all start clapping. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and bring it back to life. And I just also think about I think his name was, I forget his name, but the guy who used to always sing the song about I'm happy. Pharrell. Just think about because I'm happy, and I think I was thinking about what was going on in our nation when that type of music was happening. We were hopeful, we were forward looking, things was looking up, and so maybe there needs to be a focus on national happiness. And see where that brings us. Maybe the First Lady of the United States could focus on national happiness.
Maybe the next one.
Yeah.
You saw I took a pause, and I was going to start clapping myself. However, but I think that's what we need. I mean, it's just
if we'd done the first gentleman we deserved.
Yeah.
That would be
there. You go. That would have been great.
Yeah, it'd been great. But I think we're just in this moment of like we can't stop doing what we're doing, and yet we just have to remind people there are still things to be happy about.
Yes.
It's not as good as it used to be at this particular moment, but there are still things that we can do to remind ourselves of what happiness looks like, and how we can also bring happiness and joy to other people. I would love to check the box and everything. These are the things that makes me happy to bring to this nation. I'll take the top 5. I would be okay if we were in the top 5.
Yeah.
Or even the top 10, because that means people's needs will be taken care of.
We are 25.
That feels like the Department of Education dismantlement that lowers the education in this country even more. And now this is just one of those reminders of how this administration has lowered us even more. And I know it's a lot of stuff that goes into all this. It's not just one quick thing, but come on, folks, let's reclaim some happiness.
Right.
And vote.
And cruelty and meanness also makes people unhappy. If we could create a culture of kindness, that would be helpful. And a culture of kindness wouldn't begrudge anyone having their pension and their medicine and their education and their housing. And so, a culture of kindness where we just care about people. And if we cared about people, then we would want everyone to be taken care of.
Yep.
And so maybe we can work on that.
Yes.
Well, that's Today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, we want to invite you to join Sunshine Cathedral on a wonderful travel experience and help our mission for our community. Join us on the Florida AIDS Walk Pride Cruise. This unique 3-day cruise will sail from Miami on the $1 billion and ultra-deluxe 170,000-ton MSC Seascape on November 2nd, 2025. The cruise is for the Florida AIDS Walk. Your participation helps 13 vital beneficiaries in our community. The cruise is an incredible value starting at just $199 and is also a fundraiser for the Sunshine Cathedral. Parties, special events, and more aboard, including a special unlimited beverage and open bar with Wi-Fi for all 3 days for just $68. We invite you to join us on this amazing cruise for fun, this vital cruise for good.
Thank you for joining the Queer Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that. We all are in this together.
Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.